Wednesday it is, and as it be Wednesday, now Legal Matta now we take and discuss. My name is Chief Olododo. I will say good morning once again. Now live show, you feel calling, we feel talk together. In fact, as a matter of fact, what we start last week will be the legal side of domestic violence. We continue today. Vis-a-vis, people will then send Barry questions on top this theme of discussion. So on that platform, let me welcome you officially, sir. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, viewers at home. It's nice to be back in our respective sitting room or usual day with the locals.
Good morning once again, Slimy.
Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, feels good to be back again on set. We told you guys already that we're just taking a quick break, of course, to join Barrister, and we are here. Just like waiting Chief Don't Talk to continue from where we stopped. So, guys, just sit back, relax. Of course, grab your pen, your tea, and your paper or your book, anyone way you want to use.
Colonel, are you there?
Colonel, he sent us pictures yesterday. Did you see?
Everything we do, they snap.
I tell you, they snap. They say so. We got
you.
guys like that watching, or stars
Yes,
watching.
And by the way, Smithy, I've not commented on your new look. The thing fine.
Oh,
Get me
really?
a small. Get a bit small.
Thank you.
Well, going into the theme of discussion, last week, sir, you made us realize that violence no be only from man, it dey come from woman too. Say some women that they beat their husband. You define them for us, say physical abuse, where we bracket as battery. Abuse, sword words, make man they call him wife.
Names.
Funny names.
Yeah.
Nah, still part of domestic violence. No be until you punch, they call him or she or dead, during food.
How do you see yourself?
How do you see yourself?
Just fat for nothing. You're slim for nothing.
Wow. Slim for nothing, 60 days. Fat for nothing day. No one. Which one men
Which
want?
one attire?
Slim for nothing day. Sexual abuse, starvation. It made us realize, say, make man they use chop money, feed money, as a means of coercion or as a means of getting out of melting punishment on the woman, tabi on the children. He said that's still part of domestic abuse. Say if any bone jelly, you know, go collect chop money, but they no chop, starvation. Vis-a-vis, we dabble into, because of the questions we will get, we dabble into the issue of even child molestation and everything that surrounds it. So we yield the floor to the barrister today. Let us sample the questions.
Yeah, one man asked, somebody asked that domestic violence, if it's for general everybody, is there a safe place for men? Yes, very funny question, but I must say, because you know when we were talking last week, I said that domestic violence is not exclusive preserve of men to women.
Women alone.
Sometimes it's actually coming from women to men, and for some reason, because it is in the too plenty as it were for women's side. Say na man they beat women, and that's why some people they get some safe houses, some organization safe house. We say when a woman's life is threatened domestically, they can take that woman away from the place where she did, her husband's place, put her where her husband cannot touch her. It gets one where we say the best thing for that woman was to leave the house. In fact, they put the place where the man cannot, because the man swore. He swear, say if he catch the woman, he go kill him. So they had to put the man. In fact, as I speak to now, they had to make special arrangement to take the woman and go abroad. Take the woman and go abroad, so that the man will see him again. In fact, they had to do special arrangement. I had to go and beg embassy, because the woman was like even.
But barrister, can't such a man even be? Can't he be charged for threatening someone? You know,
yes, it can be threatened. It can, but sometimes once you know that some people will say they don't. I say devil don't enter their mind. Say I don't care what happened to me afterwards. I must do something to this person.
So instead of that, make it cuckoo happen.
Leave
your own threat and save life.
Just save the life.
I saw the video of the domestic violence that happened between two persons. I think they said it was in South Africa. One very huge guy and one other guy that they fight. And that one, just the small one. Two guys. Oh, really? The small one just knock brick for the very huge one head. and he went down immediately and died.
Shit.
But the way I want to draw out of this Barry story, they say the video there everywhere now. When something happen, let us first sorry sir, life first before. If we say one day say we'll charge and go court, carry and go police station, maybe from station they come out, it still fit go locate this woman.
That's why they have to, because that. But you know, so there are safe houses for women, but I have not heard of a safe house for men because it is assumed that that cannot happen that much. But truly, it happens.
We have cases.
And but probably the man can go to his friend's house and what have you. So I don't know of any safe house for. I've not heard and I don't know for men. So.
We need some people they stood down when they reach out.
No, seriously, seriously. It's just that they choose not to talk about it, maybe because of their ego or because they just want to keep it personal, private.
Ego, I mean, most times.
Truly, they are guys, they are men, under situations like this. So I think they should come. I think it's just fair enough for us to have a balanced equation. If they could make for women, they should make for men.
That's our lawyer speaking for us.
Yeah, but I understand. But the reality is that, true, the use of that kind place, it go be very, very far-fetched.
These are African cities.
But women, most women, especially for some culture, when you don't marry, you don't get anything for your father's house. You don't get anything for your husband's house. Most women are more or less financially or economically incapacitated. So, but a man can still go to work and borrow money from his friends and then probably look for sort himself out. But many women cannot do. I know a man is a man. A man doesn't have the burden of children, say they carry children. Most women now then get the emotional burden of children. So when you're talking about depriving or battering a woman, you are battering the children that she's taking care of. You are psychologically damaging the children that she's looking at her as she's being beaten. So most times, that safe house is not just for the woman. Okay. The safe house now even for the emotional help of those children as well. But I agree, like some children talk saying that their mama they beat their papa. Some children talk don't talk saying that their mama. So domestic violence, like we say, so in fact, let's put it this way. When a woman is constantly nagging her husband, it can be time because also there can be emotional domestic violence. So like, I've heard of a situation whereby it was the nag of the woman that eventually caused the man to have hypertension, high BP. So that the woman is like, you have not done enough, you have not done enough, you have not done enough, you have not done enough. And before you know it, the man had high BP, which eventually led to stroke. And even at that stroke, the woman was not taking care of the man because he was more or less like you were lazy, and things like that happen. So that could also be a case of domestic violence. So let's assume that you as a woman, let me say they beat your husband, but you are almost making the house unbearable for the man. That's domestic violence.
It is so, because I know of one in my area. The man, a public analyst, is a very popular man. He appears on major talk shows. He's also a lawyer. So this one, they talk, it happen up till now, where they sure. The woman, they cook for the man, they give the man happy home. But the man is bookworm. He's always busy. Somebody will go talk for this channel, go talk for that channel. And when you get to one point, if hunger they catch him, you will have to walk down. A big man for that matter. You have to stroll down the 3rd street to our side. Buy food. No, not to buy food. To call one of our, sibling or younger brother to go and buy food for him. One day, an elderly man asked him that, why don't you cook? You're a big man. You are staying in your own house. You have a wife and everything. The man said it is because he wants to live long. That's why he doesn't want to choke face in that his wife matter. They should just leave him. He's always eating fast food. Yeah. Fast food. And is that not part of domestic violence?
It is. Because emotionally,
a big man.
Emotionally, you can have a situation whereby more or less you are making a house unbearable. So it can be an a violence of some sort. Not, people think violence is about bang. No, but the definition of violence has gone beyond just the physical. It even called the mental, the psychological, because in the way that you are not allowing you know what's the opposite of violence? It's peace.
Peace, yes.
So where there is no peace, more or less, you are tilting. You are now they go towards violence much more. So that's the issue. So when you are making your house too unbearable for your husband to return to, such that when he's at home there is always apprehension. I don't know what I'll hear again. I don't know what will happen to again.
You rather choose to stay out than come in late.
And come in late.
Barry, do you know that some accidents happen while men drive due to the wahala wey their wife give them? As a rush comot for that house, I no wan beat am, I no wan do something wey the woman still hold him clothes. Maybe he snatch himself away, run inside the car. That's psychological trauma. Most men drive in that tempo at accident.
I agree. Even just thinking that I'm going back home
to meet Wahala,
sometimes it's enough mental torture that can cause distraction from that seriousness of driving and what have you. So it's I mean, hear me very well. So I don't know. There's no safe house, but just like Olulu said, maybe the government, those who are watching me, should be concerned about that aspect, because it's a kind of a state of a mental state. Now we look at it from both sides. That okay, if the man is not physically beaten but is psychologically beaten,
which is more than physical.
I agree.
More than physical.
I agree, because sometimes those things not some homes you find out, just like you said, when there's you don't have food cooked as such, and some men just prefer to just not say anything again, because they know that saying anything would amount to...
I said the big man say because he won't live long. That's why he not addressing wife issue. Say because I want to live long.
And she's not helping herself. That's the truth.
She knows, but she's
cool
with it.
She's cool. Oh,
all these women will be saying she no one realize, because if not, it is for us. We see it as a macabre show of shame, like they call it in Chino Achebe's book. It's a macabre show of shame for a big multimillionaire.
Obviously, you can afford to eat anything inside the house.
Can't carry fast food nylon. No.
Like he said, he doesn't want to die young, so...
So these are all the things that we go into, and so then the second question somebody asked me, which is very important, where the people of the husband, of the wife, and this happened recently, but the person when the wife people or said they should not marry a man, and the woman decides to go and marry the man, and then they will tell her, like, whatever your eyes see there,
Faramo,
you bear it. You make it good. Now you go bear them. And the man starts beating the woman because of... I mean, not because of that, but of course, because...
say the woman get no place to go.
Thank you very much. Not because of that, but because...
They take advantage.
Okay, take advantage. That's a word. They fight, but say unlike... Because what I also know is that some men are reluctant to beat their wife. Why?
If the father na general.
Exactly.
No go one trial.
Exactly.
Can you rules limiting where the baba na Air Force?
Exactly. Because whether the brothers of the woman or the cousins or the relative of the woman, they are top-notch, highly placed people. Some men are, because of that, they don't want wahala, they don't want fight, they don't want whatever. But some men, once they know that the woman has nowhere to run to. So the question is that in that circumstance, where should the woman go to? And I'll say that seriously, if you're in that position, don't give up on the fact that there's no you made the wrong choice, or I beg, seek help. There are many. I mean, but one of these, I don't know. I want to finish this topic today. I brought back Grace, Ketefe, to bring back so that she can come and show you, because there are safe places you can go. There are so many. Okay, you have the number.
I want to call that. I want to check. Yes, I have the number.
I can go to. Don't think that because you have no brother. No, please. In fact, okay, helpline for Cheche Yare is 800.
Oh, we still have it. It's going to show on the screen now.
Oh,
Yes,
00. Okay, 0800 800 800.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
one did it.
Child
001.
helpline.
yeah, even for women helpline, there's not even only help women helpline. They go help you. Well, that place, among many others, they go help you to
Okay,
find.
just copy down
so
the
they
number.
have a way of getting help to you in a way that you can be safe for at least a while they sort you out and help you, and they can fight your battles for you too.
Oh, really?
Before we go on the breaks, if you remember, I told you some of my which I want us to actually start up when we come back from the break. Some of my students in jam class, grown up, they tell me say this number they need them. I come say, why you need the number? Say your parents they mature. They say no. Say some brother dey their area. Wey be say they go dey tell them say you wey we know when we born you. You wey be say you dey baff outside before. You not say any small thing wey they talk, go. Go don slap am. And some men, some bros don't know say life don't evolve.
Yeah, but okay,
I think
when we come back from the break, I want to ask Barrister a question, but it's fine.
Okay, let's quickly go on this break sharply. We will be right back. Our people they talk say ignorance of the law. No be excuse.
If my name na in for property, my child no fit take that thing.
But I get one question. Now, if person die now and he put him wife or he put any of his relative as next.
Ignorance of the law no be excuse oh. That na why we get one ogbonge program wey we dey call Legal Matta on top WAP TV.
Okay, straight to Stemiti this time around to help us with the phone line so that we can actually hear from you also.
Yeah, I know. I have a question.
Plus the question we still may get, baby.
Okay. Okay. So let me open the lines first. About you guys, we did watch us this morning. 08105434985 for 08173147589. Kill the volume on your TV set so that we'll fit get as many calls as we can, and of course we'll reduce your volume and all of that. So Barrister was asking, since we talk about say domestic violence, it'll be just until where person hits person, slap person, and all of that. Now they ask for parents where be say they deprive their kids, their children from going to school. Do you understand? They subjected them to street hawking and all of that. Some not even they do street hawking safe. They don't want me, they just go school, they just want me
They
to
go learn job straight.
Can we put that under any form of violence?
Yeah. Domestic violence also, as we talked about last week, the derivative of domestic violence is now child abuse too. So child abuse, we say the child under custody to the extent that you cannot do much. I mean, you are a guardian or you are a parent, and so because at that level, law regards that the child's second affair is to be directed by the parent or the guardian, and if you are, not being conscionable or you are not doing the right thing about it, you can resort to abuse, putting them on the street where others are. For instance, I don't know, there's a woman I saw one day. As long as I've known that woman, I've known that woman for 10 years or 15 years. She always has one child in a shop with her. And I was just looking at it last week. Always has one child in a shop. And different, not be the same child though. Changes them, but I'm sure they're not his children. Like for her, since I'm in shop, I must have a child that is also telling customers what to buy. And those are children. And I wonder whether she doesn't know the essence, because you are depriving a child for your own selfish reasons. So that's a child abuse, because even if you're not the parent, even if that you're not the parent, but that's even if you're employing...
Child is under your care.
Employing a child, whoever is coming from another house to come and work with you, that's abuse. But when it's domestic, it's like when the child is under your custody, and it doesn't... At the point in time, it doesn't even have to be with only that the child is a minor. It might even be like that become an adult, but the circumstance of it that they have to live with you. But you are that kind of person that can break bottle on their head. That's domestic abuse. At that point, it has become an abuse. You understand me? So the line is there, but sometimes there's an overlap of this line. There's an abuse of child and there's a violence against children. So abuse is that even when you're depriving them, violence is when, which is also a form of abuse. Probably you're flogging them mercilessly, you're flogging them beyond reason. You don't even know what they are doing, and they're just flogging them and making them to go through the torture of that. That can become, abuse of some sort.
All right,
So in some regards, so let us, for those of us who are watching, and I'd like you to call in and share your own experience about this thing. I was just telling them here, a man that, I agree. Listen to me. It's possible that there might be provocations. Very possible. Like Olodo said earlier, and which I agree, there's hardly any relationship that will not have its own up and down. So you could get that up and down. So I agree that there will be provocation. But you know, the thing about provocation is that we have to be very careful that it doesn't become premeditation. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. In law, if a man, let's assume a man comes inside and sees, or probably a woman comes inside and sees the spouse in a compromised situation with another person, you know, if immediately out of that sight or anger does something which probably leads to body harm or even possible death of that spouse, it will be taken somewhat as the thing was done in the heat of the anger. So that would reduce probably the judgment to that of, oh, it was
more like,
more reflection. So manslaughter, but not, you know, out of, so that can be reduction.
Not homicide.
Yeah, it's homicide. Homicide, but once someone done that. But you see, where the person saw what he or she saw, went out to think or to go and bring the weapon.
Back.
To go and bring weapon or to go and, you know, do whatever to reinforce or to come back. At that point in time, it has become premeditation. And that would land it to become a capital offense of murder or, you know, deliberate intention to cause bodily harm. You know, that is you deliberated, say you're going to do it. You know, so that leaves you. So you have to be very careful about these things. When a man or a woman is threatening, I will show you today. That threat is, even by itself, it is a premeditation. And it can land you in so much jail. I mean, I must say, because things have changed.
Yes. Barrister, I seriously concur with what you just said. I don't know whether Chief saw it, but one of the stories one of our papers took yesterday was a man, it happened right in Alausa here. Ikeja. One bar parlor like that.
Stabbed the owner of the bar.
The owner of the bar stabbed the friend that was trying to prevent him from, you know, attacking his friend. They actually went to enjoy themselves. And I think one of the other guy, that's the other friend, stepped out to smoke, not cigarettes now. You understand? And when the bartender saw the guy, he had to approach him and told him that, okay, we don't do this here. Please stay away from here. And the guy was like, I'm not doing it in front of your shop now. I don't feel relaxed. I don't feel enjoy myself. So immediately the owner of the bar saw him. He wanted to come and approach him, and then they started arguing. So the friend came from nowhere and was telling, okay, chill now, don't worry, make an handle and me carry and come, just calm down. Took the friend, went to put him somewhere. So immediately he was coming back, the bar owner, you know, with the anger and all of that, stabbed the friend that was trying to create peace anyways, and immediately he slumped and died on the spot. Now, my own question is, now the guy where they smoke, waiting they illegal, are they also going to arrest him for what he did? Or will he just go unpunished like that?
Because in that circumstance, his own crime is different from this crime.
So they won't take him?
No, because just
that he caused somebody's death?
No, he didn't cause. Because you see, that's something like that. He did not cause. Because here you are. Because you see, what you did was different from what happened. You see, it might not be a trigger, but not the same thing as the same thing. You see, you were smoking an illegal substance. That's a crime, I presume. But whether there was an altercation that led to that person to react violently to go and kill that person, that's not your business now. So you'll be arrested.
He never stabbed.
Yeah.
He never touched.
He never touched. So it's not. That's why you see, you have to be very careful about domestic violence. When, you know, in the heat of your anger, the woman has done something wrong, or the woman did something that is called culturally offensive or wrong and what have you. You know, and this is one of even your people might be supporting you and say, yes, it's wrong what she has done. It's wrong what she has done. You see, the people will not bear the brunt of what you have done. No? It's you that will bear the brunt of what you have done.
But I just felt if you had done the right thing, maybe this wouldn't have happened. For me, I feel say Naim be ignite the whole thing from the beginning.
Yeah,
but why that one go carry weapon too?
Let me tell you something.
Why carry weapon?
Ignition and congratulation is the same, different things. If I ignite and the thing burn well, nobody. Now you ignite, but see what happens is that this is person that came and smoked, they took him out, and the person that went to settle was coming back. You use your anger to go and hit the person that was settling. What has that got to do with the man that smoked in the first instance? You know, because you see, that's why when, for instance, your wife is trying to say, "Don't beat your brother," you say, "Why should your wife stop you?"
Maybe it's my
wrong.
blood.
And then before you know, you are slapping your wife because he's trying to stop you from being a man by your brother. It's a clear case of domestic violence. And you see, these are all the challenges that you have to understand about these things. It might be in those days, might be passable. You can say you can ignore it. But the way it is now, you know, you cross the line easily, and before you know it, you are in bad soup that you didn't understand that you are cooking for yourself. So that's why I say domestic violence is something that everybody watching me should think about again. And there are some cultures that, you know, will tell you that if a woman does that, you slap him, you slap her. If a woman has not been beaten, he doesn't hear a word. You know, your wife is not your charge. Is not your charge in the sense of disciplinary whatever. It's not. Don't forget that, you know, in culture, really, it may look as if you as a man, you are the father of the wife. But in law, that woman is an entity. Is an entity of her own that has the right of dignity of human person. He has the right to have a say, the right of freedom of expression. You see, it might hurt you what she has said within the ambit of the home, but you have to have the grace to have restraint, to know that this is a woman of her own, you are a man of your own. So it's just akin, right. Just similar to if a man or somebody is slapping you on the road because you are working for them, because you probably are working at your office, and because your boss is your boss, he's slapping you on the job, or talking down to you anyhow. You know how it hurts you, even though you cannot do anything because it's work. You need money. You know how it hurts you, but you talk anyhow at home. You talk anyhow. You talk to your husband anyhow. You talk to your wife anyhow. You do. So these are the issues, the nuances of domestic violence that many of us ignore, that can become, you know. I know these kind of things, as we are talking about it, sometimes the groundswell is there, but one day thing will just pull, and then you're asking what happened. So I don't know how you can, but listen, that this man has been provoking you for a long time, and one day decide to retaliate. That day might be the day when Bege go happen. And those days where she done the drum, that one no matter again. That's why you have to understand, everyone watching, understand this area, that you have to understand that once you don't enter, bow. You know, I'm sure, for instance, most of us have read of that Sanda woman. I'm sure they must have been talking about that issue every time, and the man must have been ignoring it, blah, 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 blah. So probably that day just felt, look, you are taking me for granted. Before you know it, you know, anger and what have you. Bam. Some women gay and some men they maybe say now to go and destroy things of the other person. You get one man, he want to go and destroy the whole shop. Daniel from Kogi.
Sir.
Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
I'm fine, oh.
How you doing?
Yeah. I have a question, sir.
Guys.
In a marital setting, sir, whereby a husband and a wife are always having issues. So the wife has always been the one attacking the husband, you know, physically. So this particular day, the wife attacked the husband as usual, and the husband does not want to attack the wife in return. So he pushed the wife aside so that, you know, to pave way for him to go out. Then the wife slipped and she hit her head on the table and she died in the process. I want to ask, is it going to be punished under the law or
Babala punishment? Daniel, Baban, last what I was just talking about, you can see that it has always been a woman, but that day you pushed.
Right, so what was he supposed to do?
That's one reason why probably these kind of things, you know, when you want to push, you have to also be mindful of the push can push you to jail. You know, because sometimes in the heat of that, I want to show. I agree. There was a man, Daniel, just similar to yours. There was a woman that was beating the man always. And the man had gone around to tell that this woman is beating me, is maltreating me. And people were making fun of the man. That how can your wife be beating you? How can you show your wife who is your husband here? So one day the woman, and the woman is her hand is so fast, very
Yes, there are
fast.
some women like that.
Very
They are
fast.
usually left-handed.
Very, very fast. You know.
Wow.
Before you can, it's very fast. And most times the man will just say, you slap me. You slap me. How can you slap me? Those
And if you say, I'll slap you again.
I slap. What can you do? What can you do? So the man was just, restraining himself. But this day, the man retaliated just to show that woman, of course, 2 teeth were dangling from the woman's teeth. And then a broken eardrum of some sort. That one did not take them to the police station. But guess who has to bear the brunt? The man.
God,
The man
had to
pay
the
all
bills.
the bills, everything. The eardrum is still wrong. Of course, the woman has stopped beating ever since that time. But today, the man cannot bear that guilt that is making him to spend money.
But Barrister, in this kind of case we just mentioned, more assume say for the countless times where this woman don dey slap this man, he made reports, he took the case to the police station, they wrote statements and all of that. Now, this particular day now that he slapped his wife and all of these things happened, the wife can't decide say he won't carry this
No,
case
that incident will become a basis of evidence that
the previous one.
That was probably aggravated
Okay.
and whatever. Even though the crime might not be totally go on that punishment,
Okay.
but the punishment will be reduced by reason of that aggravated anger.
Okay.
of
Okay,
that.
let's take John from Kebbi. John, how do you do?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Good morning. How is Kebbi this morning?
Kebbi is great.
Yes, sir.
I have a question to ask, sir.
Please go
Feel
ahead.
free.
Okay, the question is, what can we do to reduce domestic violence, even though if we cannot eliminate it?
John, now patience, now restraint, and to understand the implication of law. Are you understanding me?
Your patience is not even important as implication of law.
Yeah, when you understand it, because like for instance, everybody say in some countries everybody is in a hurry, but you know that when you jump red light, you know the consequence.
You know
now.
what's up.
So when you get red light, you just the cost say sha.
not dare
But you
cross.
not dare cross.
You wait.
Because you know that if you cross,
They will cross
they
you.
will cross you. So you know that kind of thing. So you have to understand. That's why this copy is going on. That understand as much as it's easy to retaliate, to show. Like I was saying about some men, they will go and destroy their wife's shop, destroy their wife's thing. Some women have to destroy the television, destroy this one,
Out of
destroy that
anger.
one, out of anger. Those are evidence of domestic violence. So it can be used against you any day. So when you understand that implication in law, like Olulu say, your patience will become more robust. You just understand saying, if I go push this person down, and God knows. And then you go, and then for those of you who think that nothing will happen, don't push it too far.
Barry, there is an issue you made mention of
Don't
before
push it too far.
we had a course, sir. The issue of, which is very important, I have a family friend who will say, anytime when him and your husband they get issue, the wife will always cry to us that the guy has gone to lock the shop because they established the shop for her. Is it supposed to be so? Something where person don't set up for a wife and you lock it up. What does the law say about that? To me, I feel it's like
You are depriving her
I'm telling
of financial, economic.
Even if it is
Yes, that's why I see. Domestic violence is not just about beating. Simeon from Kogi.
Simeon, good morning.
Okay, Kogi.
Good morning, Simeon.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, please, your question or contribution.
Yeah, please, I have a question to ask.
Go ahead.
For example, a woman has an issue with her husband, and the brother to the husband of this woman came to ask the woman why did she did what she did to her husband, and in the process beat her up. So I want to ask, can that
It's a domestic violence. I understand.
Domestic violence.
Yeah, it is domestic violence because if you, you are the brother. Yeah, go ahead. That you are the brother of a wife does not give you the authority.
The brother to the husband of the wife.
Brother to the husband now. Àbúrò ọkọ.
No. Even is even worse.
It's even worse.
It's even worse because the brother of the wife cannot beat the wife in a family, in a matrimonial home. Not to talk of the brother of the husband.
Coming to now.
No, it is totally. In fact, that one, not even domestic violence, now on assault and battery, and a criminal assault, because now on a criminal assault. You know,
all right, thank you.
Criminal assault. It's not even bad domestic violence again.
And the issue of some women who feels when their husband offend them is to scatter TV, to scatter.
Yeah, there are some people like that too.
They destroy things.
They just destroy things, and that's a domestic violence. Because if you are destroying these things, more or less, this thing is going to replace at some point in time, and it's going to be denting the finance of the family. So when you, I mean that because because of that, some men just say, look, I don't want to fight, I don't want anything because you will destroy things. I know of a woman that even destroyed the windshield of the car of the man, went and used stick to be breaking the windshield and what have you. And when the thing was said to say was was anger. But that did not abate because even she still did many other things afterwards. So it's not, so that's why I said that it's not only the women that are battered. Sometimes it's like almost a balanced thing. But just that what you hear more is that of the women. But so what the whole essence of this topic, which I want to possibly put a wrap to today, is that you understand that domestic violence is not until there's a slapping or what have you. It's even the torture, psychological, the issues. So, and the law is changing so much so that you can take up those who are the perpetrators of that violence. And by that perpetrator, we don't mean the person that is slapping the other person. We mean the person that is even putting the other person in a condition of apprehension. You are not giving them money for food. And you are asking them to do anything. I mean, they come to you because you are fighting their mother. You don't give them money. That's a violence of some sort. Because we are exposing these children to predators outside there. Because when they are looking for how to survive, they're going to be, thrown. So you have to be very careful that is not used against you. And by way of solution, the issue is that there are so many local governments around you that have what they call social service, social welfare services. So they have.
I think every police station too.
They're now having human rights post in that place.
Separate office,
human rights post, and then there's social welfare offices in almost all local governments. In some states like Lagos State, there's a women elevation, domestic violence and women protection agencies. Them to even come out. Yes, they are. So they told you now, they're telling you, look, don't keep it. And like I said, you don't even have to say it. Your neighbor can say it and things like that. That's why men, and some of you are saying that you should, you want to beat your wife in court, you close all the doors so that nobody will hear.
Turn up the music.
You see, those are even aggravated sense. And you see, the punishment, punishment can be very grievous against you. So, and you too, women, that want to beat you beat your husband, you'll be shouting, he's beating me, he's beating me. Meanwhile, you're the one beating him. He's beating me. In fact, one man told me about that story that the door was locked, window was locked, and the woman was shouting,
he's beating me, whereas she was not beating the husband.
Seriously, the man was on the floor and the woman was on top of the woman and was beating and was shouting. So it's very possible that you are that kind of person, So,
and if you are not beating, if you are starving him, you don't give him food.
Of course.
You deprive him of everything.
Or when he comes back home,
for trouble.
He's all nagging. So these are all these are all the possibilities of domestic violence, and there are so many social organizations, NGOs who are addressing these issues now, who can take up this matter. Even as a man, you can approach them. They might not have a safe house for you, but you can approach them. They help you to see. For the women, there are so many organizations. And then the police are so sensitized now online
Yes,
before.
the last case I even saw, sir, was that of the human rights thing. The big man was the one really wrong, and he's still the one that got the guy arrested. But thank God for information. The guy said, I don't have a lawyer, I don't have anybody to call, just give me the human rights personnel. It was the human
Things
rights
are
personnel
changing.
that
Just
helped.
okay
So
for
we
us
should
to
learn
know.
to assess that
Things are
advantage too,
and I think
please.
it's just normal. If you have anger issues, there are so
Just
many,
control your
you know,
temperament.
things you can do to work on your anger, to manage your anger. Come on.
Okay.
Thank you very
on top
much,
of that,
everyone.
So Barry, we are going to a new topic next
By
week.
God's
Something
grace.
new next
Okay,
week.
from every one of us, we say
Au revoir.